This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2014 Coachmen Catalina, model number 303 QBS. So this is a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? This is not a floor plan or sales video. Alright, so you have a manual awning, of course. You also have, let me see what we have here. This is the service panel for your refrigerator. This hose, you always want it hanging out like it is, so you can, so the condensation will drain out of the trailer. This is your water heater. The thing to know is that there's a switch right here, if you can see it, on and off. That switch in the lower left-hand corner controls the heating element that's behind this cover here. So keep that in mind. Never, let me see if there's water in here. So this is the water is empty right now still, so make sure you never run it without water in it. You always want to make sure it's full before you turn on that heating element or the gas valve, okay? The rest of the switches are inside. I'll show you that when we get in there. Keep in mind this takes an 1 1/16 6-point socket to remove the drain plug, so keep that in mind. Okay. This vent right here is for the range hood. If you're going to vent to the outside, there's a tab on each side up there. You can hardly see them in this light, but if you just push them up with your thumb, the baffle inside will flap freely. So you always want it flapping freely when you're venting, otherwise keep it shut. Alright. So, let's see what else we have here. Just storage. So these are your stabilizer cranks. You can use this or a 3/4 inch socket on a drill. This is your awning rod here, and then this right here, this little crank is in case your power tongue jack fails. You can pull this rubber cap off the top and then stick the crank on there and crank it manually, so you can always get yourself out of trouble. You have 2 LP tanks that are full, a deep cycle marine battery, and like I said, a power tongue jack. Alright, so let's move on a little bit. So, your power cord is 30 amp and it pulls right out of the trailer. Alright, this is just a outside shower / sprayer to hose things and people and dogs down, whatever you need to clean off. The city water hookup is right here. That's the most common way to get water to your trailer. Is you just hook the hose on there and you're all set. Now if you're camping somewhere that doesn't have city water, you can pre-fill the fresh water tank right here and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. And also this is cable through right there. Okay. Keep in mind the manufacturer states you should inspect your roof every 90 days, so keep that in mind. It's important to do, just to make sure that it's good and tight. Odds are there's nothing you're going to have to do when you go up there, but that's why you inspect it, just to make sure nothing was damaged by low branches or something like that. Separation of caulk, that sort of thing. Alright, so your slide room button is right here. These are your levels here. To turn the water pump on, it's that right there. The water pump is used to pump water out of the fresh water tank, and it's also used to winterize the trailer. To light your water heater on gas, you do that. Remember I showed you that the electric switch is in the lower left hand corner. Never run it without water in it. The batteries here, fresh water tank, black, gray. So keep in mind that this graduates up in 1/3 increments, so it's pretty self-explanatory. TV, keep in mind that this is the signal booster for the digital antenna right there. This is just some sound. It plays discs and AM FM radio, has A and B speakers, A inside the trailer, B is outside the trailer, that sort of thing. Okay. This couch jackknifes flat. Okay, you can drop this table down onto these cleats down here and use the cushions to fill, the back cushions to fill in the space, and that's another bed. Okay. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is the range hood I was telling you about. Remember I told you about the baffle on the outside? If you're going to run the fan, you want the baffle, okay? This is your, let me look around to make sure I've got this right. This is your LP detector here. Okay. To light this is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it. I don't know if he's got gas on right now or not, but we'll try it. No. So he's got the gas off, but you're just going to turn this to light and then spark this by turning it clockwise and it'll light. 3 burners, 3 knobs. This is the oven here. This oven has a pilot light all the way to the back, on the bottom all the way to the back. So you need a grill lighter for that with a long neck on it. And you'll just basically go to pilot, then depress it. Then you're going to light the pilot light down there with a grill lighter. Once it lights, you hold this in for another 10 seconds or so to heat it up. Then you're going to go to whatever temperature you want. But the thing is, when you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay, let me look here, see if I've forgotten anything. Nope. Okay, the refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator. So on and off, that's on. You're going to want auto, which is right here. The reason you want auto is because auto automatically seeks out AC power. So it'll just seek out regular electricity and use it if it finds it. If it can't, it'll automatically switch over to gas. Or if you're, let's say you're running out of campground electricity and you left for the day to go exploring, well, if it'll sense if you have a power failure, it'll sense that and it'll switch over to gas and light on gas. Therefore, you won't spoil any of your food. So that's the best way to leave it. You can select gas by going like that, but auto is generally speaking the way to go. Keep in mind that this device here is a thermistor. The higher you go with it, like it says on the sticker, the cooler the refrigerator gets. So generally speaking, you're going to have it up all the way. Okay. Your thermostat is very simple. Try to leave the fan on auto. You got heat to the right, fan, and cool. Fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor, so that's very, very simple. Sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. Keep in mind this is a GFCI. All the plugs are wired through a GFCI. You got a flush pedal down here for the toilet. The black tank is directly below, so remember you always have to have water and chemical in it. So when you pull to the campground, you're going to hook up your power, your water. You'll come in here, put 1 dose of chemical right in the bowl. Then you'll step on the pedal. Water will wash the chemical into the black tank below, and then you stand on it till you put about a gallon or so of water in the black tank. Then you're all set to use it. You can't use it dry. If you do, the smell will be overwhelming, and it's also can get clogged up. So you always make sure you have water and chemical in there before you start using it. All right. And you have a bunk room back here with 4 bunks, of course. You have TV hookup here, just the usual stuff. But this device here is the power converter. So this device converts AC to DC power. So you got your regular distribution panel here for AC power. You got regular circuit breakers like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. You can see you got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. If you get a wild lightning strike or a power surge and the 12 volt side goes out, always check these 240s right here. Those are the masters. That's the first place you're going to look, because that's where the issue is 9 times out of 10 would be. So keep that in mind. Also, if these blow, they'll actually light up and you can see them glowing through that tinted plastic there. And last but not least, this is also a battery tender. So as long as you're plugged in, it's going to keep your battery up front charged. So when you're pulling down the road, obviously your tow vehicle's alternator will charge the battery. When you're plugged in at the campsite, this power converter will charge it. Okay? Alrighty. Okay, so let me look around. I think we just have the bedroom left. So you got another TV hookup, a backing plate right there for a TV bracket. The usual stuff for a bedroom. The bed tips up and there's like a foot locker underneath it, so you got some storage, that sort of thing. Okay? So, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember to inspect your roof every 90 days. And never run the water heater without water in it. That's very important. So, thank you very much.